Good morning, sir. Can I ask permission if I can have an interview with your students with special needs?
Okay, so, sure ma'am. For what is that interview intended for?
This interview is all about my studies and my doctoral regarding special education needs students.
Okay.
As a general education teacher, what are your rules and responsibilities?
Okay, I have here the different rules as a general education teacher. First is you have to lead instruction for the entire class. Second is to adapt lessons to accommodate students with diverse learning needs. And then promote an inclusive and supportive classroom environment. And last, collaborate with a special education teacher to plan lesson and intervention. And for the responsibilities, we have also here, you are going to deliver the general curriculum to all students, including those with disabilities. Second is you have to differentiate instruction based on students' abilities and learning styles, monitor academic progress, and provide feedback. And of course, you have to implement classroom management strategies that support inclusion, and communicate with families about students' progress and needs. You also have to participate in individualized education program or the IEP, meeting with appropriate, and lastly, you have to collaborate with specialists to provide accommodations and modifications.
Okay. How about, sir, as a special education teacher, what are the rules and responsibilities inside the classroom with the students with special needs?
Okay, here are my roles and responsibilities inside the classroom with the special needs, students with special needs. First, support students with disabilities within the inclusive classroom. Second one is to provide specialized instruction and interventions. Third one is to serve a resource and consultant to general education teacher. And here's my responsibilities. First, develop and implement individualized education programs or IEPs for students with disabilities. Modify curriculum and instructional strategies to meet individual needs. Also provide direct support to students either in class or through pull-out sessions. We have to assess students' progress and adjust interventions accordingly. Collaborate with general education teachers to ensure accommodations are provided. We have to train and guide classroom staff on strategies for supporting students with disabilities and to communicate regularly with families about their child's progress and needs. That's it.
Okay, as both educators for students with special needs, what are your collaborative roles and responsibilities, ma'am?
I have here the 4 major collaborative roles and responsibilities like co-planning lessons, differentiating instructions, monitoring student progress, and supporting individualized needs. So when we talk about co-planning lesson, both teachers together with the students, design lesson and meet the students of all learners, ensuring the curriculum is accessible and engaging. Second is you have to differentiate instruction. They jointly develop strategies to modify or adapt instruction for students with diverse learning needs. Third is monitoring students' progress. Both observe, assess, and track academic and social emotional growth, sharing insights to guide instructions, and lastly, you have to have supporting individualized needs They have to implement accommodation and modifications outlined in students' individualized education program or the IEPs.
To the collaborative roles and responsibilities, I have this classroom management where they collaborate to create positive, inclusive, and structured learning environment. Second, we have problem-solving challenges where teachers work together to address behavioral, academic, or social issues that arise in the classroom. Also, communicating with families. Both teachers maintain consistent, coordinated communication with families to discuss progress, concerns, and strategies for support. And lastly, professional development, where they share knowledge, resources, and strategies to continuously improve inclusive practices.
Okay, another question, ma'am. What are the social challenges faced by learners with special needs in your school?
I have also here four major social challenges faced by learners, especially with special needs. One is difficulty making friends. So they may struggle with social cues, communication, or understanding peer dynamics, making it harder to form meaningful relationships. Second is social isolation. Some students may feel left out of group activities, clubs, or informal social interactions, leading to loneliness. Third is bullying or teasing. Learners with special needs can sometimes become targets for bullying due to differences in behavior, communication, or abilities. And last is limited social skills. This is the challenges in expressing emotions, taking turns, or interpreting others' feelings can affect interactions with classmates.
We also have this low self-esteem, which is repeated social difficulties or negative feedback can impact confidence, making it harder to engage socially. We have difficulty in group work. Participating in cooperative learning or teamwork may be challenging if the student struggles in communication or attention. And the last one, we have the sensitivity to change. The changes in routines or social settings can cause anxiety, affecting social participation.
Okay, thank you for that, sir. Another question, ma'am and sir. What are the challenges encountered by teachers in dealing with teaching, learning with special education needs in diverse setting?
Okay, so we have here challenges that we are really encountered. One is the diverse learning needs. So this is each students with special needs may have a unique combination of abilities requiring individualized instruction, modification, and accommodations that can be time-consuming to plan. Then, limited resources. Schools may lack sufficient teaching aids, assistive technology, or specialized materials needed to support students with disabilities. Third is we have classroom management. You have to balance the needs of learners with SEN or SEN while managing the entire class can be challenging, especially if students have behavioral or emotional difficulties. And then this is also a time constraint. So for teachers often struggle to find enough time to plan individualized lessons, provide one-on-one support, and assess progress for all learners.
We also have inadequate training, where some teachers may feel unprepared or lack specialized training in special education strategies, making it difficult to effectively support diverse learners. We also have the collaboration challenges. It is where coordinating with special education teachers, support staff, and families can be complex, particularly if communication or roles are unclear. We have these meeting curriculum standards. This is where adapting lessons to meet both of the general curriculum and the individual needs of learners with SEN or SEN, while maintaining academic rigor can be stressful. The last one, we have this emotional stress. Of course, teachers may experience frustrations, anxiety, or burnout due to high demands of inclusive teaching and the responsibility to ensure every student succeeds.
Okay, last question, ma'am and sir. What are teachers' best practices or ways to promote social justice and equality in education?
Okay, so here are our best practices. Promoting social justice and equality in education begin with seeing every student as a valuable individual and ensuring that all learners have access to the resources, opportunities, and support they need to succeed. One of the most important practices is creating an inclusive classroom management where differences in culture, ability, background, and perspective are respected and celebrated. This includes using teaching materials that reflect diverse voices and experiences, as well as challenging stereotypes or biased thinking when they arise. Next is teachers can also differentiate instruction so that students with varying abilities, learning styles, or needs can fully participate in lesson, providing accommodation, scaffolding learning, and offering multiple ways for students to demonstrate understanding ensures fairness and education.
Another key practice is encouraging student voice and agency. Also, building strong relationships with families and communities also supports social justice. And finally, teachers must reflect on their own biases and continuously learn about issues of equity, inclusion, and systemic barriers. In essence, promoting social justice is not just about policy or curriculum, it's about fostering a learning environment where every student feels valued, supported, and has an equal opportunity to thrive. Thank you, ma'am. That's it.
Thank you, ma'am and sir, for this opportunity that you have given to me. I am looking forward to working with you soon. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Welcome.
Sir, thank you so much. Ma'am.